Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Coming to you live from Casa de Lund. That's right. I'm here at John Lund and Cheryl Lund's home. They are nice enough to have me up, and we can, hang out a little bit and just kind of get reacclimated. Wanted to come up Thursday, Friday because next week we're going to be gone. We're going to be gone for a whole week. We're not going to be tuning. We're going to take our Christmas break because we figured out that really quickly that everybody shutting down at the same time is a lot better than shutting down just for, let's say, Brandon takes one day, and what ends up happening is one guy gets super screwed because over Christmas break everyone takes their own break, whether it be the week before or the week after, and someone ends up with 200 tickets on their list. So we said, you know what, let's all of us shut it down. It counts as a vacation week, and we end up just all hanging out and enjoying time with our families over Christmas break. Before we could talk too much, I don't have too many sound effects because I'm mobile, but I'd like to thank the sponsors that make the show possible. That's right, we got PMAS, Nick James up in Michigan, probably freezing his ass off right now, making bell mouths for everybody. We got Two Auto Solutions. Rami's out on Two Auto Solutions. He's actually learning that 800 horsepower combos are quick, easy money, get in, get out, get done. Two Auto Solutions in Puerto Rico. Thepartsfrom.com. We also have Do My God Cookies, domygodcookies.com, Do My God Cookies _LLC, and Do My God LLC, I think, on Twitter. And we got Calumet Transmission. I can't wait to show you what we have planned for the GT500. We'll talk about everything on that, updates. We'll talk about Ford having some QC issues that Jim Farley is going to supposedly try to fix. We'll also talk about Demonology praising this Banshee that hasn't come out. And I'm like, dude, you probably shouldn't say anything until it comes out, because I don't have that much hope that Dodge is going to all of a sudden step into the electric car game, something they've never touched ever, and all of a sudden become the leader in the performance electric car game. So I doubt that's going to happen. But before we get into it too much, let's say hi to the people here. Paul Ponthieu, D&G Brandon, Matthew Nichols, Mendoza's Coyote, James Williams, Nitrous and Bias Plies, Jason, Fresh Pasteles, Coyote Fury, Bring Your Wood Screws. Oh, he doesn't have a car anymore, I don't think, so hopefully he can get back and going pretty soon. George Figueroa, Evan Smith, Johnny Boy, Harley, Taquache, Mode, Josue Sanchez. Jason, Great Escape 1350, Ignacio Ramirez, EPA, Ignacio again, EPA again, Zay Snipes, Melissa, says evening, fellas. Did you guys get your cookies with a little bit of a lotion smell so you can take a smell, just to see what's going on over there? Darren Harper, Diego Flores, EPA says, Peasants in the back, please hit the like button. Exactly. JD Swag, Coca-Cola, Great Escape, just a memoir. Huncho James Anthony, Southern Motoring Solutions, James Williams, Bring Your Wood Screws again, Nick Rogers, Evil Twin GT350, Tony El Tigre, Hot Metal, Mendoza's Coyote, Josh Lawrence, Bondolber, Tito Razo, Jace Man, Coca-Cola, Angel Puerto Rico, YouTube Corrupt, is in the house. Says nice background, guys. You have no idea what staying at the Lunds does to you. So before we get into it, right, when you come up to the Lunds, your life goals are changed a little bit. They have a really nice house, but again, it's not to the point where it's this massive spread. It is a beautiful, gorgeous home. They've done really well for themselves, and it is inspiring. When you come here, you go, this is what's possible, and it makes you really get after your goals. And that's why I work so hard. That's why I work as much as I do. And at the end of the day, what I do is work on my cars and hoping to grow the channel and trying to make something happen. And places like this remind you of what's possible. These people have a saltwater pool. These people got they got me a little fire pit situation. I'll turn it off to the right. The camera does this little glare thing. Bro, they got me a nice little, they're like, it's a little cold out here. It's in the 60s. And I'm like, okay, not a problem. So they were nice enough to get me that. So I'm nice and warm. So everything worked out nicely. So let's talk about, let me get right to it because I don't want to dawn on shit too much. Oh no, the display capture is not working. Really? Yep. So I guess the display capture is not working. Gotta love it. Let me see if I can do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Windows, automatic, display with the primary monitor. Oh, wait a minute. So does that mean that if I do display capture and I put up the if I put up the whatchamacallit, this, it'll actually show that. Let me see. No, it won't show that. Save. Yeah, it won't do that. So basically, I'll just read the article. It's from Jalopnik. So if you go to Jalopnik, and what Jim Farley did recently is release or talk about the fact that the quality control issues from Ford, like he knows about them and he wants to address them. So real quick, if you go to the Jalopnik, jalopnik.com/Ford CEO says fixing quality issues will take several years. If you haven't noticed already, Ford has had a bit of a problem with recalls. Overall quality recently. The Maverick recalled for side airbag issue. The Mustang recalled for wiring problems. The Bronco investigated for engine failure. In fact, back in September, Ford had already issued 52 safety recalls in 2022 alone. Unfortunately for Ford, though improving vehicle quality isn't as simple as flipping a switch. Actually, it kind of is, and the CEO, in my opinion, is part of the problem. Ford Authority reports that Ford CEO Jim Farley admitted that it would take time to get quality issues under control in a meeting at the Ford Retired Engineering Executives Group. Fixing quality is my number one priority, he said. It is the most important initiative of the whole company, and it is going to take several years. We didn't lose it in just 1 or 2 years. Oh, but you did. Oh, but you did. Like, you absolutely did. 2020 Mustang is decent. 21, 22, who the hell knows what's going to happen in 23? I have zero hope for it. Call me crazy. That's a strong statement, but it's also not surprising to hear that earlier this year, Farley named Josh Halliburton the company's quality czar and vowed to reduce how much money Ford spends on recall and warranty work. And as you may have guessed, based on the frequent recalls, Ford has spent a lot of money on two things. According to Eric Arnhem, editor of Warranty Week's, Ford warranty payouts last year were the highest in the U.S., not the highest for an automaker. In addition to the upfront cost of paying for all that recall and warranty work, Ford's quality issues also risk damaging the brand's reputation. Blah, 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 blah. Farley is saying that they got work to do when it comes time to messing with their quality control department. And I'd like to say, no fucking shit, Sherlock. Like, no fucking shit. Anyone that follows Ford, anyone at all that is a Ford fanatic, I can't imagine you are excited with what they have put out there for a product. Like, if you're a Ford guy and if you own a shop and stuff like that, and you've seen what they've done with their quality control, it's really, really bad. And if you were to ignore that, like if you were a Mustang fan and then you were working on their cars and seeing their QC issues, forget Mustang, Ford in general, let's say you're a tech at one of their dealerships, you would see that the quality of the vehicles coming out of Ford have been awful the last 3 or 4 years. And Jim Farley is saying that this has been an issue for a very long time. Actually, 2015 to 2020 seemed to be pretty freaking good. What happened after 2020? And how long has Jim Farley been taking money away from the ICE program and putting it into the battery program, the BEV, Battery Electric Vehicle Program? So you're telling me that there is no direct correlation between the billions of dollars that you put into BEVs, then ICE, and all of a sudden you're having quality control issues with ICE. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break with that absolute horseshit. I believe the news coming out of Ford, Chevy, Dodge is no different than the news coming out of the White House, filtered through bullshit channels. And we have a very few channels that are honest and try to keep these guys honest, and this is one of them, because I'm a Ford guy, but I quit new Ford. I will fuck with old shit, but the new shit can suck the fat bitch up. Walter Hoffman says, Alex, you and Devin killed it today. I emailed Devin at 9 a.m. requesting an Engage Unlock, and this afternoon I was practically done on my way with an E85 Flex and Ghost Tune. Sorry about messing up that data log. You did fine, sir. Don't you worry. You're actually one of the few that actually get it and was able to get me the logs, and I was able to take care of you. Devin is a wonderful addition to the Lund Racing crew. So, have you guys seen quality control issues with your Fords? Does it make you look at other brands? And it does to me. To me, it makes me look at other brands like maybe I should fuck with these. Now, I am messing with a 2009 Corvette. Now, when new, it was a $100,000 car. I get that. But it is, oh gosh, over 12 years old. 2022, 2009. Yeah, over 12 years old. And the thing is one of the better driving cars I have. and I have a 19 Mustang, an 18 truck, and a 14 GT500. And this Corvette drives way, and it's a C6. It's nothing special. The S550 Mustang, after driving, I drove it this morning. I woke up at 4 in the morning and I drove 4 hours. 4 hours. And it was an okay ride. I enjoy the drive in the Corvette a lot more than I did in the Mustang. It's just a better vehicle overall, and it's a '09. So maybe you were green to what's going on up there with the newer vehicles, but look, I told you guys about Dodge. I've always loved to get my hands on a Challenger, but obviously that's difficult because they're very expensive right now. A Durango Hellcat or a Hellcat, Trackhawk, something like that. You look at because Ford sucks so much, whereas before you wouldn't even think about leaving Ford because you thought the product was that good. Darren Watson, thank you for becoming a Bitcho level member. Again, guys, members only are the ones that end up chatting here. If you're not a member, you can't chat. If you're a member, you can chat. And if you don't want to pony up any dough and you want to chat, you're gonna have to wait till Sunday's show. I have a 22 GT500 and the panel fitment isn't great. The parts seem to be quality, but the effort to assemble, it's lacking. You know why? Because the homies are fighting their ops in the assembly line. Did you see that video I put on Instagram where 2 guys were knuckling up in the assembly line and they're like, Alex, that's not the assembly line workers, that's the trash dudes. And I'm like, okay, got it. Went and test drove an F-150 a couple of weeks ago, says Omega 47, gave me $5. Immediately went down the street and picked up a Sierra Denali, the Chevy. Guys, I'm a Ford guy. I dare you tow like the GT500 with an aluminum trailer, with a F-150, anything half ton Ford has, and then tow the exact same trailer with a Tahoe. It is not even close. The Tahoe destroys in towing, in my opinion, based on my experience, than anything Ford, extended cab, Super Crew, half ton. I was like, why don't I just get a Tahoe? But I just don't want a Tahoe. If I get a Tahoe, it's going to have 418s and 30,000 watts like Steve made. Only the real ones know who he is. They got Turvey's eyeball on the panel flip, but never got a Devin. He must be new. He's very new and he's very good. He's not green to the performance aspect of things. He's actually very well versed, knowledgeable, chatty, personable, good guy. Love meeting him. Someone said, post a survey to remind people to hit the like button when we join. To go straight to the live chat and many forget. Love your content and you taught me a ton. I'm 43 and I'm learning about this Coyote. Merry Christmas, says Coyote. I'm in a cult. Yeah, bought my girl an Acura instead of going to Ford. Can't go wrong with a C6Z or a ZR1. It's because it's lower to the ground. No, the clutch, shifter, seats, driving. It's not just about it being lower to the ground. It's about a better overall driving experience on a car that's 12 years older. Juicef says, what's up? G at 30550 says, what's up? James Willen says, what's up? And did you guys happen to catch Demonology did a little video? No Thing became a member. Thank you very much. And Omega 47 is a Toting level member. Guys, that's how you do it. If you want to partake on the chat, become a member. Your shit is super lit up and I can see you very, very easily. So I saw Demonology go up there and say that the Sapphire beating the Plaid and the Bugatti and the motorcycle is cool, but Dodge got something up his sleeve. And I went, hey, how about they make it first? How about they race it first before saying it's already better? I love him. I think he's a great spokesperson for the Dodge game, but he's out there saying that this Dodge Banshee thing and Comiscus, whatever the hell his name is gonna you guys have no idea what's coming. And I'm like, dude, I don't care what Comiscus, whatever his name is, has coming. He doesn't have shit on Elon Musk. No offense. I get it. Elon Musk is probably not a performance car guy, but you're saying that this guy's going to come out with a sedan as big as the Plaid and the Sapphire and run 8s and get the same mileage and longevity, because Plaids are high. They have been pretty good quality vehicles. You haven't really heard any issues in terms of recalls or issues with the Plaid, except that it's just a fucking fast car and needs way bigger brakes. But I did enjoy watching his video and his take on the Sapphire and the Plaid, because not too long ago, he was talking all that demon stuff. Demon this, demon that. And all of a sudden, now it's electric this, electric that. And I went, wait a minute. I understand he built a race car, he sold his demon, and now he's going to do his own thing. But I'm like, if Ford rumored to have something coming out, but doesn't have anything on paper, I won't speak on it, because until they do it, I don't give two shits about what's going on. If the Sapphire is a 9.1 car, if the Plaid is a 9.3 car, if the Roadster has the same setup as the Plaid, but 3,500 pounds, it's going to be it's going to be a 820, 850 thing. It's going to be pretty ridiculous, and people are going to die really quickly driving that thing around. RoboStyle says, good evening, gentlemen. Gonna watch later, and to help the lady. Merry Christmas, Alex. Hope you have a great one. Thank you very much. Omega says to Nick something. Thoughts on 3-2-1 swap on the Gen 1 to make 900 horsepower? Not planning to go in sleeve yet, just something stronger. Mendoza, why do you want 900? What do you want 900? It's an odd number to throw out there. Have you ever driven a 900 horsepower anything? It is borderline undrivable on the street. A 3-2-1 setup will be fine because you have the higher compression, the Gen 2 heads, and the Gen 1 timing chain setup. Fine. But why 900? Why not say 800? Because my car currently makes 795. And that's plenty fast. It blazes tire. It barely stays on the road the way it sits. So when you say 900, I don't want to bring a stock motor that was assembled by Larry on Tuesday in an assembly plant where the brothers fight in the middle of the assembly line and trust that motor to live a long time at 900. I trust it more to live a long time at 800 than 900. What up, Theo? By the way, the other thing is, man, I learned so much stuff when I'm up here. We talk about aftermarket parts. We talk about stuff. And there's so many things happening right now. And then when you talk to engine builders and you see how certain things affect certain things, and certain things has to be kept under the rug because we can't really go out there and talk shit because they'll be sending cease and desist orders left and right, or letters. I'm blown away that Coyote guys specifically are so gullible, and I've talked about this before, the gullibility of the general audience, that they believe that if a parts supplier or parts house says you got to get this part, then people just get it, and all of a sudden that part fails. Like, I've had 2 or 3 customers that have had engine failures directly correlated to a part they thought was gonna be stronger than stock, only to come to find out that the said part wasn't built properly, wasn't indexed properly, wasn't machined properly. And I'm just like, why in the hell would you buy that part when there wasn't an issue with that part? It blows my mind. Mendoza said, made 700 with my Gen 1, lifted a head. How do you lift a head at 700? Just planning on throwing something in there that's a bit stronger. How did you lift a head at 700? Mendoza's. That's almost impossible on a Coyote. How are you lifted? Okay, do you know what happens when you lift a head? When you lift a head means there was a overpressurization. Sorry about the spitting on the mic. Overpressurization of the cylinder and the gasket couldn't hold. 700 horsepower is not enough to lift a head. Like, what head ever lifted at 700 rear wheel horsepower? Like, none, right? None in history. Now, if you were hitting it nitrous and you were throwing 300 shot in the bitch, maybe. Rich 50 says, my boss sold the business today and someone else taking over. Not the best news to get with my bonus, but they say it'll stay the same. Well, Rich 50, I've had a couple of guys reach out to me saying that right around this time of year, look, the economy's going to take a dive. Real simple. The economy is going to tank. Interest rates can't stay this low. The national debt is over 31 trillion. They just approved another bazillion dollars for the laundry called Ukraine. And they were like, it's all good, buddy. We're not near 200% over GDP in debt. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck are you talking about? And you know how they're going to get you? They're going to tax your Venmo. They're going to tax your PayPal. They're going to tax your Cash App. They're going to tax everything, every single little thing that you tried to do to get ahead in life. They're going to tax to make up for them giving Ukraine more fucking money to wash. Fuck that shit. Stupid. My boss has a Department of Boost kit. Wait, hold on. Let me go up one. But Alex, the manufacturer says it makes 900. I have more faith in Turvey assembling my car than Ford employees. I agree. The only channel I subscribe to. Thank you, Marquise. All the timing at peak torque. Like, I don't understand how you can lift a head at only 700 rear wheel horsepower. You understand how that doesn't really make that much sense to me? It kind of doesn't. It doesn't jive. You know what I'm saying? You're better off porting the starter. Have you seen a legit all-wheel drive S550 build? No production value garbage. Is the channel super badass shit? Nope, not at all. Nope, because it's not something I give a fuck about unless it's affordable, and Mustang guys won't do it unless it's affordable. Like, I literally don't care. Sorry, love ya. I literally don't care. Izyar says, that's why I pay in cash anytime I can. Well, yeah, that's the other thing. You'll see the government's going to go after those little tiny purchases. You thought you were gutting a Coyote Mustang and making a little money on the side on Facebook Marketplace. They're coming after you. Just watch how much. Did you see how much money the EPA got in the omnibus bill? Let's talk about that a little bit. And I can't really go out poking the bear because they listen. They do listen. They got billions of dollars thrown at them for what? It's enforcement, in my opinion. Why would the EPA need more money? We already saw what the FBI is doing some crazy shit. The EPA is doing some crazy shit, doing some trifling shit. Oh, do you own a garage? Do you own a shop? Did you check your mail lately? Hint, you might want to check your mail lately if you own a garage, and it's been multiple. I'm not singling any one person out. It's been multiple. Check your mail if you're a shop. Those that know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. They're getting ready. They're just reminding motherfuckers. A car that has all the timing, so lift the first head, PBD verse 2, line 5. The 4,000 page pork bill. What a wonderful idea. No, you're supposed to pay your taxes from Venmo, PayPal, Cash App anyway. Oh, okay. Okay, fucking Fed narc. That's just stupid. Saw that Zelensky clown had a meeting. I need a pool set up like that. Guys, this bitch is salt water. And it's heated. This bitch is salt water. And it's heated. And he got a jacuzzi in that bit. Right there. You see right there? Behind that? You see behind that? That bit like a 80-something degree saltwater jacuzzi. They do good for them. And one thing about coming here, it reminds you that hard work does pay off. These guys do nothing but work. They do nothing but work. And when you come here and you're like, y'all did okay, it's inspiring. And that's the only word that I can put out there. I'm 45 years old, gonna be 45, and I'm like, yeah, I could do this. So just gotta, sell a couple of more flex tunes and I'll be good to go. All stock parts from different manufacturers. On the Banshee, you've had the conversation before about guys posting mediocre parts with the caption, they ain't ready for this. Yeah, and I love you, Demonology. I love you. I think you're great. I think you're the Dodge guy. Don't say nothing until it runs a number. Because nobody, I repeat, nobody ran the number. The Demon said that it could run the record run. I don't know anybody, maybe one or two guys at all, that ever do. Guys, name on the chat how many people duplicated the stock Demon time of what? 9.3? 9.4? What was it? I forget. Nobody duplicated that shit. Nobody duplicated that I know of. So you're talking all this shit, and they're showing wheelies, and they're showing this, and they're showing that, and then you buy one, and you take it down the track, and it runs 10.2. And you go, wait a minute, I'm a second off the time they said this thing will run. Well, that was under negative 8,000 DA. We took everything off. It's illegal. Oh, they gave us a letter that made the Demon illegal. Boy, shut up. 11-second Fox body's illegal. Okay? An 11-second Fox body should get kicked out of a track if it doesn't have a cage. So don't give me this bullshit that NHRA sent you a letter that says, this thing is so fast that it's illegal. Shut the fuck up, stupid dumbass. Mendoza, stop it. It was pretty bad when my 20 GT at 19,000 miles rattled more than my stripped out 240 SX on coilovers back in the day. None of your business, but yes, I'm listening. I deadlift Cummings heads. I put stick in the blue car. The best thing you could have done. Did enjoy the car. Yeah, I mean, you guys saw the video that I'm looking to put a stick back in the GT500. I will tell you all about the stick shift game. I will not be able to make it up to Keith Ray to watch the disassembly. It's just too short on time. It's going to be like a day after Christmas when it gets up there, or the second or third day, and I just can't get up there in time. Now, if I get a hair up my ass and he gets the engine in, he goes, can you be here tomorrow? And the flights are pretty favorable, I'll give it a shot. But supposedly, the whole fucking country is going to freeze this weekend. Peek you out, Alex. It is a badass crib. Heated. Oh, yeah. Not one couch touches the wall at the Lunds. Actually, there's a couch right here that's touching the wall. Actually, they have two couches that touch the wall. Jason, yeah, I'm sure he'll enjoy more. You still shift a Turbo 400, but it's not the same. Are you going to make a video of the 4-fuel system install on your work when you get it? Fuck no. Guys, you just put the shit on. I'm just going to, if I get a fuel system, look, I'm almost at the point of selling everything because I'm getting tired of waiting. The channel progression is not under my control anymore. It's under like other people's control. I just today got word that the carburetor got built from AED. So it should be here Monday or Tuesday. So that's awesome. I'll put that on, get some notch content coming. But it's just taking too long. And, you know, the truck stuff's taking too long. The white car stuff. And I'm like, I could probably sell this stuff, get cash heavy again, and actually progress on the projects that have a stake in the game, which is GT500 and the ZR1. That's and the Fairmont, really. There's a trail use cash. Otherwise, just got here. Where we at, Alex? Where you at, Alex? I'm at the Lund's house. I'm at Lund Racing, La Casa de Lund. I'm not going to tell you where they live because you motherfuckers are weird. Hundreds of thousands of dollars to secure other countries' borders, but by law, they can't use any of that on our border. I think I finally blew up my MT-82. It's because brothers put subs in them at takeovers and watered it down so the rear end doesn't. Grenade. Don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I sold everything. The C6ZR1 gone. F-150 is about to be gone. Got a 900 horsepower RS3. You went full gay. What? You sold a badass ZR1, a F-150 that ran 9s, to buy a 900 horsepower RS3? Boy, you went backwards. Like, you went backwards. I love you. That is not something to brag about. I don't know why the hell you did that. I don't know what made you do that. Why the hell did you sell a ZR1 and a truck to buy a RS3? It's weird. It's just not a step up, in my opinion. Actually, you went backwards. Yeah, but it's faster. A notch with a Coyote and a turbo is faster. That doesn't mean it's an upgrade over the ZR1. Lex Luthor says, I'm driving in that home. I'm driving home in that winter storm tomorrow. No, thank you. With all this house talk, how's your search been for properties? So the search for properties is ever going. And the problem with the properties is that they're not going down in my area. My area is insanely, highly desirable. So it's one of those things where I am probably going to have to pay $500,000 to $600,000 for a house that has enough land to put a garage in and be nice and sort of not turnkey, because no such thing as a house that's turnkey in my opinion, but as turnkey as possible, because I'm not one of these motherfuckers knocking down walls. I ain't that bitch. I want to move in, put my couch right up against the wall, and get to work on the cars. Ian Martha, what's up? Mendoza, what's up? Oh, it says, what the fuck? What ratio do you think on the GT500? And I forget what ratio is in the rear end of the GT500. You're gonna wait. You're gonna wait to get all that stuff. Welcome to Bitch Out Level. Got paid money for both. 95% of my. It doesn't matter. You went down. You went down. You went backwards. Should have sold. You should, like. Why did you buy a RS3? You're a big guy. Why did you buy an RS3? You must look real weird, really weird, getting in and out of that RS3. It's not an upgrade in my opinion. Call me crazy. I'm about to sell my Z06 and go Tesla or older GT500 or rough stage 3. Why the fuck are you doing that, Ian? Ian, didn't you just spend $5,000 on wheels? What is wrong with you? Are you following trends? Why don't you just roll out with the Z06? I don't understand what people are doing. You're buying a car, enjoying it for 3 months, saying how badass it is. You did that with the Camaro. You did that with the Charger. Remember you did it with the Charger? Oh, the Charger's fucking badass. I love this car. Got rid of it. Got an fucking orange car. Oh, look, badass. It's the best car I've ever owned. Sold that. Z06. Oh, baddest car I've ever owned. Holy fucking shit. Oh, let me buy $5,000 wheels. Badass shit, badass shit. Now you're like, I'm going to sell that too. Like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Did you fall on your head, buddy? 95% of my money back. It doesn't matter. It's an RS3. It's not a flex, bro. Audi R8 is a flex. An RS3? It's weird. Sent Rods and Pistons thought might as well become a member to support the channel more. Thank you, just in time. Krombopoulos Michael Krombopoulos says, isn't the RS3 the 5-cylinder half R8 Lamborghini engine weird car? Yes, it is. Just keep looking, Alex. Something will come up you'll like. No, it's not something I like. It's something I can afford and that's available. See, in South Florida, there's no such thing as getting a mortgage for a house. You buy that bitch cash. That's right. There's 16 guys, 17 guys. The moment a house pops up, they have cash. They're cash heavy. And they go, here's cash. And I come in with a pre-approval letter from a bank, and they're like, yeah, bro, it's gone. My MT82's on its way to Calamar. Sit back and wait. Exactly. I'm sure there'll be affordable houses in Bradenton too soon. Oof. Damn. Now, what do you think? Do you guys have any hope? Do you guys have any hope that the Bradenton track will be around longer than 5 years? Should I put up a poll? Let me see if there's a poll. Start a poll. Okay. Let me move the mic. Okay. We'll move this. We'll braid. Let me see. Will BMP be around in 5 years? Question mark. And then ask your community. And we'll see what you guys say. I say no. Not just no. Fuck no. Not at all. German cars are reliable German cars for reliable performance is a downgrade. Exactly. I don't think it's a flex. Zillow time again. Channel support. Thank you, Ian. Is it a C6E stacked? Yeah, it's a C6E and he wants to get rid of it. German car. Okay, some of these guys buy a car for Instagram likes. Starting a business? Oh, don't. Oh, God. I love you. God bless you. Whew, starting a business. Plenty of land in Kissimmee, St. Cloud. You know what how beautiful that area is exactly. The middle of Florida is fucking trash. Hi, Alex. Brand new bitch level here. Boosted G3. Puro 956 and SpaceX. Baby, let's go. Good for you. You're in the Puro Pinche 956 right by Boca Chica, Texas. Puro Pinche 956. I couldn't imagine living that close to the SpaceX facility. I'm a big space guy. I love everything that's going on with SpaceX. Even though it's nearby, you can't really see much because you don't have access to anything. So you might as well just watch the NASA spaceflight live stream and see what you can get out of there. But man, living in Puro Pinche 956 must have been a fucking drag until SpaceX showed up. Negative. Exactly. I don't think BMP is going to be there after 5 years because look, do you really think someone is trying to go out there and shame the people that were in the council? Oh my God, this guy got paid off by this guy and this guy got donated to by this guy. Welcome to politics. Do you think that complex only recently went up for debate? That bitch has been going on for years. And the fact that Homeboy knew nothing about it tells me the guy that sold the track to Homeboy knew something about it. Bet me. How much you want to bet? I am speculating here that the guy that sold Homeboy the track probably knew in about a year there's going to be development plans rolling up because he either got offered to get that track bought out and someone else came in and bought it, put a bunch of money into it, only for a complex of homes to be built all the way around it, subsequently killing it slowly. You're telling me the previous owner didn't know anything about that? That it was just a shut down track and he was like, oh, well, I don't know anything. Oh, you want the track? Okay. Instead of like, hey, man, come over here. In about 6 years, this bitch is going to be a master plan community. All the fucking all the council people are on the take. They're all realtors. They all got paid off. It's going through. It's going down. So if I were you, I wouldn't put millions of dollars into this bitch. Stop it. I'll give it 3 months after the houses are built. Ni pinga, says Fresh Pasteles. I'm sad I talked to you at FL2K about the track now lasting 5 more years, and I didn't expect less than a year. It'll physically be there, but won't be cars going down it. Most tracks will be closed in the next 5 years. All hail racing in Mexico. Same for Houston Raceway Park. Industrial money is big money. The home building is big money. Master plan communities is big money. And you thought these motherfuckers were going to let some yee track motherfuckers shut them down? Bro, you psycho. You are psycho. I really don't know why the developer doesn't capitalize the track being there and build slightly more expensive, bigger garage style houses. No imagination, and then just, hey Omega. I'm gonna clue you in on something. Drag racers are broke. Maybe you don't understand drag racing, and maybe you don't understand yee Mountain Dew culture. If you put up $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 homes with big garages with direct track access, nobody will buy it. And you know who'll buy it? People that don't like track shit. You think I want to buy a $700,000 home next to BMP? No offense. Next to the whatever freedom, no offense. If I'm buying a $700,000 home, it better be motherfucking quiet. It better sound like a pin drops when I step outside. Are you psycho? You think I want to own a home next to Mountain Dew having ass motherfuckers? Bro, you crazy. No imagination in the industry. No, they have logic. Race tracks are closing everywhere. People don't want it. It's just a matter of fact. People ain't showing up. It's just a matter of fact. Real estate's too powerful in Florida unless massive resurgence in motorsports happen. Fast and Furious reboot. Stop it. Someone is willing to sell a T56 drive shaft and all for $3,200. Should I get that over the main Calamar or my MT82? I would still build your MT82 because then you still got to build a T56. A Stage 3 MT82 is stronger, in my opinion, than a stock geared T56. Brinton has 3 years max. Developer is too hot and bothered to start selling $4,500, $500,000 homes, especially the way he laughed about it. The town is probably ready for all the yee Billy Bop boys to leave town. Garrett denied that the previous owner didn't know about it or that dumped it off on him. Does he know what he really knew? Because I find it really difficult to not know what's going on because, guys, there's prospectus, there's reports, there are things that happen so far ahead of time, it's not even funny. And I'm going to show you something great. So, oh, Jesus, hold on. Oh, I can't. Let me see if I can write it up. Video. So Dan Pena talked about global warming. So global warming, that, you know, if you were around in the 80s, I was in grade school in the 80s, and they said, "Oh my God, the next ice age is coming." Yes, global cooling was all the rage when I was a kid. Then all of a sudden, global warming started happening, and Dan Pena said something great when a woman accused him of being just some money-grubbing fucking asshole.
Dan, you got the money. Okay.
I got a few, Bob, yeah.
Okay. You support Trump?
Thank you for asking that question. I have the answer.
So she asked, the water level is rising and the planet has a fever. You guys with your money, what are you going to do about it? And this is what he said.
Answer them.
No, let me finish.
I have the answer.
Let me finish.
Well, thank you for the question. Yeah. Okay.
For the first time.
Answer you. I'm going to answer. Just
Dad.
shut up and
Shut
sit down.
No way.
Sit down.
No. I got to finish my question.
I'm going to answer global warming.
What do you at the time?
Okay. I'm going to answer.
Excuse me, ma'am. Will you please sit down?
And
Please.
Thank you.
That's okay. Please sit down.
no, Antarctica's on a mountaintop. For most of you that don't know, Antarctica's on a mountaintop. Okay? And there is a $500 million facility, scientific facility there, and the scientists came to give us presentations about global warming. And they had cores of ice that they had drilled. They had drilled 4,000 or 5,000 cores, and they only brought 15 or 20. So they're going through the second or third core, and they said 275,000 years ago, this was the temperature, blah, 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 blah. And then 55,000 years ago, the world was 2 degrees warmer Celsius than it is today. This is 2011. And, oh, wait, stop. And he said, and I said, well, you mean the whole world? He says, yes.
He said something about prospectus and home building.
In the prospectus, when you invest, there should be, in the footnotes, if global warming is for real, they won't put it that way, global warming happens and water rises 10 feet, this investment you made is fuck all.
So he said that if you were to buy a home near the water and the projections are that the sea level would rise in those 10 years enough to affect the home, they're not going to give you any fucking money. The bank's not going to go, oh, you want a 30-year mortgage on a house right by the water? Well, we're not going to give you the money because global warming is a thing, and we're going to lose our shirt when the sea level rises and washes that house away. But they give you the mortgage anyway, and you build on it anyway. Why is that?
Not one single investment prospectus written since 2000, this century, has alluded to global warming. Not one motherfucker. If it were really true, the banks wouldn't invest. The banks wouldn't finance. Not one motherfucking condominium. So the people that have the money, and I'm jealous of the Vice President, Gore, which Sally and I rode on a plane from South America with a few years ago. I am jealous he came up with a scam before I did.
So, what does that mean? Banks, lenders, developers. Banks, lenders, and developers. What they do is something that is due diligence. They go and say, well, if you're going to develop this part of the land, we have to make sure that you're not going to disrupt potential endangered species, potential water issues, potential agricultural issues. How long do you think that report takes? And how long do you think it takes before landowners in that area start listening that surveyors are coming around, that people are working with FDOT to reconfigure the area, the projected growth of the area, the projected population of the area? COVID ramped that up because everyone started moving to Florida. Tell me, around what year do you think they started checking out and putting out the feelers to investors that this area in Bradenton is gonna get developed? Tell me, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Bullshit. 5 to 10. They know this bitch is going down, and it's just a matter of time. And what killed that track? Initially, tell me what killed the original track that Cletus bought, right? Because it just died. It didn't die because people didn't have, oh, we got somewhere to race. Maybe they said, we don't got the money to refurbish the land. Why don't they have the money to put the land up? Because people stopped going. People stopped racing. So the people that own that property probably said, shit, this is going to go totally residential in about 5 to 10 years. And now you're telling me that all of a sudden, 2 months ago, you found out that this shit was going to go down when previous people 10 or 5 to 10 years ago knew that the investors, the surveyors, and all the people that are responsible for planning this community had all this shit laid out a long time ago. Please stop it. I'm an adult. I'm a grown-ass man. I am not going to fall to the, oh my God, in two months ago, they planned on developing this motherfucker. Are you stupid? That's over 5 years in the making. And you're telling me motherfuckers in that area didn't know? Please stop it. put on the clown makeup. Please stop it. This guy's great to listen to. I'm telling you, Dan Pena he's brash, and to me, he's a bit of a flim flam man, but a lot of the things he says are very true. Justin Time says 2005 to 2010, I'll bet money is that when they started surveying. I agree. Manatee numbers were altered by realtors paying off scientists to no longer be endangered in some areas. Look it up. I don't care. Is there something burning? Never mind. That's clear. Fellow blew another head gasket. Dan always sounds like he's the second away from having a heart attack. As a sitting council member, we'll have access to the 5, 10, 15, and 20-year plan for the city. $700,000 every day to hear rods flying, Crown Vics practicing for the Yee 5000. It's a no from me, dog. We all love to race. Put your hand up if you love racing. Put your hand up if you love racing, huh? Put your hand up in the chat if you love racing. Put a thumbs down if you want to live nowhere near the track. Again, put a thumbs down if you would rather live somewhere quiet, shush, shut the fuck up, leave me alone, peaceful. Thumbs up if you like racing. Thumbs down if you don't want to live by the track. I guarantee there's going to be a bunch of hands raised and a bunch of thumbs down. Because when I come home, the last thing I want to hear is popping, burbling, buenos dias, and two-step checks. Fuck that shit. It takes 2 to 3 years to engineer something and another 2 to work on the kinks. 5 to 10 years minimum. You think I want to come to my house after a long day of work and hear banging and popping? You think the developer is going to sell that to some dumb motherfucker? Oh, hey, by the way, you know what's what? Guess what? It slaps the hood, slaps the siding. You know what's the best part about this house? The best part about this house? That it is loud every fucking day out your window. Sorry. Track's going to go bye-bye. Telling you, bro. Telling you, I don't want to live anywhere near a fucking track. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm not going to sit. I want to relax. I want to shut up. I want to go out to my porch and have my coffee. And I don't want to hear any bullshit except birds fucking chirping. Plain and simple. Not to mention all the announcers screaming. Right. Right. Could you imagine here? Oh, there goes the against the wall. Oh, my God. Did you guys see the person's driving? By the way, there's Coca-Cola in the and shitty chicken fingers. And by the way, make sure you get some merch, get some shitty hats, shitty pit vipers, and shitty sandals, and shitty shit. Get some more shitty shit after the shit, and the shit. Coming up next, more burnouts and bullshit. Coming at you, y'all. Coming at you, another more burnouts and bullshit. Welcome to Burnouts and Bullshit. How you guys doing? This is the Freedom Factory, and we're fucking burning out and doing bullshit here. Just make sure you get some shitty chicken fingers. Don't get toothpaste because nobody here brushes their teeth. Have at it. Let's go. Yee. Clean the mosquito. Fucking stupid. You fucking stupid, bro. 20 miles away should be a good distance. No closer, though. Hell no. Would you just look at it? Bro, fuck that. Imagine I go to a track and I'm under a fucking speaker and that's all I hear. I'm good. I'm going to pass on that shit. Even if you like the noise, what about your girlfriend? Right. You think your girlfriend is going to go to sleep at 9:30 at night or 10 o'clock on the rag, on the Riz, and she's like, okay, baby, good night. Woo! No. Like, let's move. Some guy taking a piss in your driveway because he drank too many Mountain Dews. Oh, too much sugar. Piss. Stop it. It's going to be a shit show. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm excited to see how we got here in the morning. Made me feel like I was at MIR again. Don't forget the cold pizza from yesterday. Imagine that's the first thing you hear on Saturday morning. Imagine you get there and you're like, all right, I'm going to watch some racing. And this motherfucker goes, oh, boys, fuck that. It's fine, Alex. There'll be a 25. Yeah, look, it's all good. They're going to put a 25-foot berm, 80 feet wide. Nitro funny cars. You see that right there? What? It's a 25-foot wall, okay? And an 80-foot wide berm, right? You won't hear 100 decibels from Nitro Funny Cars. No, you'll hear 200. Bet me a whisper room and put the bet in it. Worse if a guy has a mullet, cargo shorts, going EE. Freedom Factory wouldn't survive without YouTube money. That's a good point. That's a really good point, because I don't know the finances and I don't like to pocket watch. But let's be honest. If the DeSoto Raceway failed on its own, why did it fail on its own? Because people didn't go. That's why tracks fail. Palm Beach International Raceway, if it was a facility that was known for ripping the skin off your calf if you fell on the track, and people potentially had to get skin grafts because the prep was that good, would be packed every Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. Packed. I'm saying packed. If the concession stands were on point, if the prep was on point, if the parking was on point, it would have been packed. But it wasn't. But the facility itself was amazing, in my opinion. Great location, great parking, great venue, great grandstands. They had a road race course and a go-kart course, and it was amazing, in my opinion. People stopped going. So if the DeSoto Raceway shut down on its own, you're telling me the guy who sold that motherfucker didn't know that in about 5 years, shit's going to go down? Please stop it. Please, please, please stop it. And you might be right, Second Shift Racing. Maybe he's using it as a content factory, and that's cool. But eventually, you're going to have to go, it's chicken or the egg. Do I need the Freedom Factory for content? Because half of his shit was at other tracks. And what made him popular wasn't anything to do with the Freedom Factory. It was the car drag racing. But maybe he said, let me just do all my racing in one spot. And then you come to find out that you're like, the drag racing is still what people watch. People don't watch me do boats. People don't really care about the Freedom Factory burnouts. They mostly care about drag racing. So, honestly, if you were to say to me, what would be less overhead and more value? It's him just going drag racing. Right? Like, having events, having all this stuff, having a track, having somewhere to do burnouts and stuff, the overhead must be pretty high. But let's say he said, let me get a toter home, let me keep the operation lean, maybe have 5 employees and a tech and a garage to do my shit, and I go drag racing. I think the overhead and the benefit versus overhead is probably favorable, but I don't know. And then he could sell his merch. Weird. This is way more informative and entertaining than PRI. Come home after a long day of that. Sheesh. Y'all ready to see some racing? Why are you yelling at the mic? Wait until you have to explain to the Crown Vic down the street 28-inch chrome wheels that is playing trap music. Must be nice there in Florida. 14 degrees here in DFW. 67 degrees, and I'm a little chilly. But luckily, got the fire going. Look at the fire, son. Bro. John Lund's like, bro, you want some heat? I'll bring the heat. And I'm like, what you mean? And he's like, psh, shit, I got this. And you want to jump in the pool? It's heated, son. And there's a jacuzzi in the bed. And there's salt water. So it's like conditioning and shit. I was like, appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. People don't want to go and only talk about how fast their car is, so the tracks close. Of course, Freedom Factory would survive without YouTube. Neither would, of course, Freedom Factory would survive without YouTube. Neither would Cletus. I think he meant wouldn't. I think Cletus would survive without the Freedom Factory. Absolutely. He just needs to go racing, throw bananas and turbos, fill up the car with diesel, and see what happens. Yeah, he could absolutely survive. Here you go, guys. Oh, Cletus just slung a ride through Regina's living room. Only time I see her tracks really packed is U.S. Nationals. Next thing you know, Freedom 500 is at Cleet's house. Donkey Max says hi. Hosting events at other tracks or rentals is his best bet. Correct. The overhead, the mortgage, the employees. Eventually, he's going to go, shit, I'm in over my head with this. Unless a bunch of yee motherfuckers show up every weekend doing dumb shit at his track and pay top dollar to see it. We'll see. John did put some heat in the motor. Imagine the stuff on your wall falling off. I relate the track noise to part of having to work, eat, and sleep right on an active airfield / flight line 24/7. It gets old after one day, and anyone who loves their eardrums being bombarded is dumb, says Party El Marty. Great Escape, 3 nights coming up in Alabama, 29, 19, 19. Looking at Florida like, look, It's going to get down to 38 degrees near me for 2 days. It's going to be an apocalypse. But after that, it's going to be 75 or 80. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. So I'm all good. I want to see if the display capture works. Let me see. Nah, display capture does not work. I wonder why. Oh, display. Let me see. Monitor. Nah, it doesn't work. So I'm just trying to mess around with this thing to see if the display would work. But it don't. It's the same LS logic. Either do it all yourself and work yourself into the ground, or make enough money to pay someone else. I get that. Trust me, I'm in that same boat, because I work on all my cars, and what was forced upon me was to work on your own shit in order to get content. And what it did was it absolutely made me fucking tired. Like ridiculously tired. I'm tired all the fucking time. I'm constantly working on my shit, and it gets old really, really fast. But one thing I have done is learn. I have learned so much in such a little amount of time that it became something it's a good experience. But eventually I got to be real with my shit and go, look, you need room, you need somewhere to do it, and you need somewhere better to live and to grow. And I can't grow where I'm at. Can I sustain and make money and have money in my pocket? Absolutely. The best thing to do to keep money in my pocket is stay where I'm at, because it's such a minimal investment. It's my current bills are very low, and my car, I can work out of those 2 garages. But am I going to be happy there in the long term? Probably not. So it's one of those happiness to cost analysis. You know, the houses I want, the houses I look at and go, those are nice houses, are $600,000 houses. And I just don't want to spend that kind of money, to be honest with you, because I think it's an overinflated price. And with my luck, the economy will tank, and my $600,000 mortgage will really be worth a $300,000 house by the time it's all said and done. Butcher says, yep, I'm near train track and AFB. It's cool when they have F-22s. That's about it. Chris Romero, 69, 71, and 80 the next 3 days, Southern California. Butcher, I don't even want to hear F-18s take off anymore. Ever notice that he says, let's go on everything? I bet he also says that when he busts a nut. See, I don't think about that. Second shift racing, I think that's kind of weird to think about that, but sure, whatever. Look, I don't even know if he knows who he is anymore. And I hope he finds himself in this whole situation, because, look, the writing's on the wall. They're going to build houses next to you, under you, around you, and then eventually they're going to buy you out and move you the fuck out of there. What is a win for Cletus? What is a win? A win is no houses built around that shit. Right? No houses built around that shit. The moment they approve these homes, it's loss, 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 and then the track is gone. It's just how it's going to be. Judge just did a little research, and that development company has been buying land around the track since 2019. So since 2019, that company has been building around that area. You didn't think it was coming for you? You didn't think everything was building out west? You didn't think... East, sorry, because they're on the west coast. You didn't think they were coming? They were coming. They were coming. If you ignored all the signs, that's on you, buddy. But you're in California, correct. The guy that says it's going to be nice in California, you're still in Cali. It sucks there. Beautiful weather, shitty state. Thanks for the tune the other day. Alex Kamlope Tune is making LS guys cry. The economy won't tank forever. Better be in that market than to not be. Oh, so you think I should have a $600,000 mortgage on a $300,000 home? Yeah, I'm good. Oh, wife just picked up a Model 3 long range. That thing rolls out. Can't wait to take it to the track and see what it does. Also has a smooth ride. Let's go. Splat. -8 degrees here. Sucks. Rex Jensen, CEO of Lakewood Ranch developer Schroeder Manatee Ranch, said in 2019 his company had acquired a large parcel along Burnside Boulevard and south of State Road 64. Party El Marty says a local drag strip closing in the direction the industry is taking part of the reason I parted my SF50 out and will probably return to a simple MT82 car. Just because I haven't heard it in a while. FLKA. Cali here sucks. Carb. You want to buy a Kia with a Burble tune on sport mode? Can't. They'll state ref your ass. You want to do a Kamlope idle tune in California? Can't. They'll state ref your ass. Want to put aftermarket exhaust in your car in California? Can't. They'll state ref your ass. Oh, and shout out to the guys that kept saying they're the emissions plug. Now they're on Facebook catching you. And Instagram. Good job, stupid. Development is inevitable. If you own a track and don't check in on this stuff, that's on you. Today's financial advice brought to you by Mustang owners, Underwater on their cars. Thank you, Chris Romero. People telling me better to be in the market than to not be in the market. Oh, $30,000 on a $20,000 car. Please stop it. There's an airplane. There's an airplane up there. Is a Gen 2 RS3 GT350 better than... GT350 is better overall. GT350, in my opinion, is the best S550, period. The motor probably has oil consumption issues in Gen 1 motor. GT350s, meaning pre-19, aren't the best, 16 to 17, but 19 and 20s are pretty badass. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much. There's some key lime pie waiting for me. I really want to thank everyone that joined me today. Had a good time hanging out here at Casa de Lund. I want to thank the sponsors, PMS, Two Auto Solution, The Parts Farm, Don't My God Cookies, and Ben Calmer for making this show possible. I'll be back on Sunday morning. That's right. Sunday morning, we're going to go ahead and talk to the peasants, the poor people, and I'll be off all next week, meaning from work. So I'll probably be making video. I'll probably be getting the carb on the car. I'll probably be making you a bunch of content. 60 to 130 with the 110mm pulley on the white car. Corvette is going to get some exhaust, potentially a tune-up, and see what a little spark plug, race, fuel, and catback action feels like. Get it into the 680, 670 range with the cold weather. That will be a whole bunch of fun. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Going to have some key lime pie and hang out, and then we're going to get back to work tomorrow morning at Lund Racing HQ. I'll try to get you guys video there, but not promised because it's going to be a short day tomorrow. We got some house cleaning to do inside Lund Racing. All right, guys, have a good one. See you peasants and you members on Sunday for Peasant Chat at 9:30 a.m. Have a